You will not find the truth on Fox News anymore. I don't know if you ever did. But they are puppets, and they have proven this. Lavoy Finicum was executed. Summarily executed. Why? Well, I know why. And the FBI knows why. Judge Grassley in Oregon knows why. And Governor Brown in Oregon knows why as well. And a former FBI negotiator on Fox News knows why as well. Jenna Lee interviews him. You can find the interview on YouTube. I did. I want to play a portion of this interview for you so that you can hear from the government's perspective why Lavoy Finicum had to die. I need you to listen very closely. And then I want you to watch that video on YouTube and see how Jenna Lee responds. Because I can't play the whole interview. But listen very closely and hear why Lavoy Finicum had to die.
If you intentionally go someplace the police have told you not to go, you are provoking that confrontation. And it's very clear that that's what they did here. They tried to travel away from the area that they were contained in. They were trying to spread this protest, this unlawful activity, to another area. Law enforcement very clearly told them not to go. So they didn't have to go out and provoke this confrontation.
Can you believe that? So now, if the police tell you not to go someplace, and you choose to go that place, you don't have to be arrested anymore. You don't have to have you don't have to be even committing a crime. Because you see, if the police orders you, it is now law, right? So what if the police don't have the authority to order you not to go someplace? And you go someplace. According to this Fox News expert, you are provoking a confrontation that proves you want to die. So that was the whole point he was making. Well, the police told them not to leave their compound. They could have stayed safely on the compound. And I want you to listen to that. I mean, remember how he said, spread their message. Really? Look at the contempt that he has for the protest that these men were engaged in. The peaceful protest that they were engaged in. And now, by this Fox expert's mentality, if the police tell you to do something or not to go someplace and you go, you no longer have a right to a trial by jury of your peers. You now get a execution by agent. You can be summarily executed for failing to obey the orders of the police. Because after all, if you didn't want to die, you would have certainly obeyed the order of the police. And the fact that you have refused to obey the order of the police says that you wanted to die. You were committing suicide by cop because you refused to obey the order of the police. No. I refused to obey the order of the police because it was an unlawful order. I refuse to obey the police when it is an unlawful order and it's a violation of my liberty. I will not obey the police when they are telling me to violate my liberty. So what you're telling me now is that the police can put me in a free speech zone. And if I refuse to comply with a free speech zone, which is clearly a violation of my inherent rights, that only means that I wanted to die. I wanted that police officer to shoot me so I could commit suicide by cop. That's what that guy's saying. They wanted to spread their message to other counties. Hello? Isn't that what freedom of speech is? Isn't that what freedom of press is? Isn't that the right to peaceably assemble? Oh, but goodness gracious, don't let your speech, your press, or your assembly be against the government. Let's forget about that fifth aspect of, the right to petition the government for a redress of your grievances. That means you only have the right to write a letter to your congressman and complain. No, it doesn't. A protest is a petition of your grievances. And now, according to government agents, he must be reflecting government agents. He's a Fox News expert, right? Surely they scoured the agency to find somebody with a vast knowledge that would reflect the agency itself. And since he made this announcement on Fox News, it has to be the actual perspective of the agency, because I haven't seen the director of the FBI come out and condemn what was said or dispute what was said. No. Been silence. So apparently, the FBI now believes, as this agent says, that if you refuse an order of the government, you should be executed. But do you realize what's even more alarming here is that Fox chose this as a perspective to put on the air, as an expert perspective. And then Jenna Lee's reaction is not, seriously? Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that as a reporter, if the government tells me to shut my mouth, and I refuse to shut my mouth, that means that I am wanting to commit suicide by cop? Are you telling me if the government tells me not to film what it's doing and show the public the actions of the government, and if I refuse to do that, I should be executed without a trial? I should be sentenced to death by an agent because, after all, I just want to commit suicide? As a reporter, that very same First Amendment that you're speaking about, that very same First Amendment that the Bundys were exercising, that Lavoy Finicum was trying to exercise, that got him executed, you're saying now that that's the standard for the government? See, I wonder if journalists like Jenna Lee really understand, if their brains can think that far, since journalism is now dead. And all the journalists do is repeat what has been fed to them by the machine. I wonder if Jenna Lee can even connect those dots and realize that that federal agent was looking her in the eye and saying, if you disagree with the government, Jenna, we will execute you too. Excuse me. At what point in time did we stop being the land of the free? At what point in time did we stop believing that liberty was worth securing, not just for ourselves, but for our posterity? If we have FBI agents today that will make bold statements like that if you refuse an order of the police that you should be executed, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, what will the government be doing to our children?